But then
Oh.
we did see Spider-Verse together.
Did we really?
Yeah. And then we did Into the Dawniverse. And it's weird because it came out during Christmas, but we saw it in January. Had you already seen it at this point, and then you were just seeing it again with us?
I think I was just seeing it again. That's probably why I don't remember.
That's probably what happened. I think this was my first time seeing it, but you probably had already seen it by that point.
I had already seen it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Damn, look at that pose. I'm like constipated or something.
No, you're trying to look like a...
No, I know what I was doing. I'm not pulling it off super
I don't know.
well.
I thought there was someone on the poster that kind of... Oh, you're trying to look like Miles, right?
Yeah, that's the marching band sweatshirt also.
Yeah. That was one from that year. It must have been what other... This was your first year doing it. Mm-hmm. Right, my last year doing it. And then we have just another kind of standard McDonavan post. But the shtick behind this one is it's like, oh, what's going to happen on the screen? Oh, it's the menu.
Okay. Damn.
It's pretty funny.
Is this when they got those machines?
Probably, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it.
It was pretty revolutionary for a high school student.
It was pretty crazy, yeah.
Because you didn't have to go up and ask them. You could just...
No, you didn't have to talk to anybody. And then we have Shamrock Shake. So... This is just a slap in the face.
That was so good, dude.
I love Shamrock
Shakes.
Shakes.
So good. Yeah. I can feel the taste in my mouth right now, and it's heavenly.
Mm-hmm. I know. If I had to settle for these.
Okay. No, it's good.
Oh, and then this one, day 11. This was when it snowed pretty heavily, and it got school canceled for us, and we ended up doing.
When there's no more school, it got canceled for you.
Got canceled for you. Yeah, we ended up doing a little music video for my main channel. We were trying to make like yellow snow, and so we got like yellow food coloring and Mountain Dew, and then we poured that on the snow to make it look like pee. It was really funny.
It was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny.
It was
you know, well, the whole joke was like Dean kept on trying to eat it, and that was like I thought that was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. It was pretty good.
I'm not like a comedy expert, but next we got day 12, and this one was you just like on the little like play screen thing. Like you can see me taking a picture in the reflection. So that one you're looking pretty smug. And then here's the drink themed one. You ever go to those fast food places that have like the really like fancy drink machines where you can like tap on a screen and choose what you want? They don't hit as hard. They always taste bad.
Everything in it.
Exactly. And then there's like, I don't know, I feel like there's like cross flavoring between the different sodas, and it like actually makes it taste like bad to me.
Okay, but did I not get a graveyard there? I'm pretty sure I pushed them all.
So I think the reason why I don't have another picture on this is because we did a video, and this was revolutionary. We did a little recreation of the I think this was a Vine.
McDonavan.
Yeah. Look, you have like stuff clearly on your face here.
It's because I like very quickly like.
Yeah. All right. So that was day.
I enjoy that. I remember there was another.
Did you like the graveyard?
I did not.
No.
But I remember I was gonna say there was one other time in my life when I've had a graveyard, and it was at the Taco Bell. Well, you remember this. We got the graveyard, and then we were walking out of the Taco Bell, and I actually tried it, and it was so bad that I spit it out into Dean's mouth. And he was so pissed. He took the fucking cup from me, like snatched it out of my hand and threw it on the ground.
Yeah, no, so this is from my perspective what happened. So you got that like as we were leaving. This was like years before. This was like 2017, I believe. We were leaving and we were walking somewhere, probably to like the park or someone's house or something. And then you took a sip of it, and it was really windy that day. You didn't intentionally spit it into Dean's mouth, but you spit it out, and the wind made it fly into Dean's face.
The little particles.
Little particles. And he got so pissed that he snatched it from your hand and then just like flew it on the ground. And I got a shot of it happening in real time somehow. That was like the
you got my
the luckiest
reaction
shot.
Where Dean is like standing there like filled with rage, and I'm just like I got my hands on my head and I'm like, oh my god. Oh shit.
So this one, okay.
Oh
so this one this is another spin-off of McDonavan.
This one has some explanation.
This one has some lore, yes. So around this time in April of 2019, and a little bit before that, I believe, me and you started doing volunteer work at Food for Lane County, which is like, you know, a local business that their whole thing is they provide food for like, you know, more like needy parties and families, right? So what we would do is we would go there and we would help them package food to then like bring to those family, or like bring to like, I'm assuming like some sort of like community center for distribution or something. And so we would go there, and we were like stupid high schoolers, so we did do work there. Like we
worked, but we were. I don't know how helpful we were, to be honest.
We goofed around a little bit, obviously.
We goofed around a lot.
And then around this time is when Dean started doing it with us.
Oh, yeah.
So we got one with Dean here as well. And so I captioned this Senior Grok.
I'm trying to remember what
but I don't remember what that is.
I don't know what that is. Though we had a couple like inside jokes.
We did.
That were based on our time at River Lake County. I remember a couple.
There was one, because I think sometimes we'd have to package food that was like, maybe like a couple days old. I know where you're
going with this.
And then one time, like, I think we were like, grab the boxes from like this like side area, and one time we got one, like me, Dean, and Donovan got one that was like, all the food was rotten in it.
Because it was all meat, and we were supposed to sort out the rotten meat. And
yeah, that's what it was. And I don't even know if all of it was rotten, but there was one specific like piece of meat that was like green. And it was like, you can't, basically it's all unusable because it's in there, it's sitting in that box with all of it, it's like contaminating all of it. So we opened it and we were immediately like, and we called it the cursed box.
I think Dean was the one who called it that. He was like,
called it the
it's
cursed
the
box.
cursed box, man.
Yeah, and we just thought that was really funny.
I would not be surprised if this was that day. And that box was the cursed box.
That? The one that you have on your head?
I don't know.
There's no way. There's no way you would have put that on.
I would not have cursed myself with the cursed box.
No, that would have been. I would have like actually, if you were willing to do that, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, do it. It'd be funny. I probably wouldn't have stopped you.
Yeah. Why would you have stopped me?
Yeah, because it's not like I'm.
You wouldn't be my friend anymore because I would still be inflicted with the curse of the box.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like It Follows when you have to like have sex with someone to curse them.
You gotta put the box on somebody else.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember what the Senior Grok was, but.
So I think it was like the box said Senior Grocery or something like that, and the other part was like peeled off or something. So we just, I don't know. Why are we trying to talk about it? Let's go. Okay, so next we have Detective Pikachu. So this is another one where we saw a movie. That was the day that Detective Pikachu came out, and we went to go see that. Do you remember this day, I think, was also the day that we got together to study for the chemistry final exam? We did like an advanced like chemistry class in high school, and I remember we got together with Cody to study for it, and it was brutal. That class was tough for me.
That was a tough class, and I'm pretty sure that final international baccalaureate test that we took, I'm pretty sure only 2 people in the class actually passed. It, yeah. So then after that, we went to go see Detective Pikachu. To ease the tension.
To ease the tension.
Pain,
yeah, and
studying for that test.
Yeah, because it was pretty rough.
I do remember being incredibly excited for this movie though.
Oh yeah, I was excited.
It lived up to the hype, I think.
It did. I don't think it's a nice job, dude. Did you eat all the bag fries? You better have eaten.
I don't remember. I don't think I did. Oh no, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. I don't think it's not like a masterpiece of cinema, but like I don't think it needed to be that. You know what I mean? No, it was an interesting idea to do like a live action Pokemon movie, and I think
it's just exciting to see Pokemon up on the big screen. Honestly.
It was because like I don't know, for a while I felt like Pokemon was kind of like more of a niche thing, even around this time. But
after Pokemon Go?
Well, I think Pokemon Go definitely brought it up a lot, but this was all like this was definitely had a hand in like making Pokemon more of a like everyone knew what it was now.
Pokemon was at a peak,
at an all-time high during around this era, I'd say. Yeah, for sure. And now I think, especially with the Switch generation, like Pokemon is just like everyone kind of knows what it is, even if you don't play it. Next we had In and Out event. So this is
iconic.
This is an iconic one. Look, you're wearing the Tonyverse shirt. This was the day, or one of the days, that we went to the Shakespeare Festival for our English class
in Ashland, Oregon.
In Ashland, Oregon. But I don't think this was not in Ashland. This was in Grants Pass. Yeah, this was. Well, I think we were heading back to Eugene.
Did we get it there and back?
I don't think we got it on the way there. I think we got something else. But we definitely got it on the way back, and this is also when we got the hats. And this was right when like tier lists were like really popping off. Yeah, and massive. So we would like make tier lists on the whiteboard in like our teacher's class, and they would just stay up.
In Steber's class, like
it was always in Steber's class. Yeah,
wasn't it fast food places?
Yeah, we did fast food. I think we did candy at some point. I think we did like chain restaurants. But it would be funny because we would do it because I TA'd for him on like B days, I think.
Yeah, and we would come visit you sometimes.
Right.
Like if we didn't have class going on or whatever.
That's right. That's what happened. And then, but then sometimes he would just leave them up on his board for like days.
No, that fast food one was, I swear it was up on his board for like 2 months or something.
Man, I don't know if it was that long.
Maybe
but
not that long, but it was up there. It
felt like it was a while, yeah, definitely. Because people would like have conversations about it like during class.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem to care. Like he was like, you know, because I think we were working on like essays at the time, so everyone was just kind of doing their own thing. But then like I remember like being in there and hearing people like talk about it amongst themselves.
Like Arby's G tier? Who does this dumbass think he is?
Yeah.
I've had In-N-Out a handful of times since this post.
Yeah.
And this is controversial for 2019 Donovan, but 2024 Donovan thinks that In-N-Out is probably like more of a B tier. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even A tier?
I think I give it a B tier.
Damn.
I mean,
you used to love In-N-Out.
It's still good. I just they're like McDonald's fries are like top tier for me. Like I know that they're shit for you and they are like filled with oil and stuff, but they're good. And In-N-Out fries, like I know they're handmade and like theoretically they are better and they're gooder for you. Gooder, I could think of what they're better for you.
Yeah.
But they don't hit the same.
No, I agree.
It's mostly the fries, honestly.
No, I agree.
Like,
but that's such a big part of the fast food experience, I feel like.
And like also, I remember thinking this specific time when we went to In-N-Out that like their shakes were phenomenal. Like I was like, this is the best shake I've ever had. But I've had them since and they're just like, they're good.
They're good.
There's not.
It's hard to f*** up a shake.
Some places definitely do shakes better than other places. Like I will say that like Burger King does shakes really well for some reason.
I agree. That's the one thing that Burger King I think is really good
at. Yeah.
Yeah, I still think In-N-Out's pretty good. I think I don't know if I would say it's S tier, but it's definitely pretty up there. I also have nostalgia for it.
Yeah, I do look back on this trip very fondly.
This was a fun time. It was the first time that like we really had a trip that was like, I don't know, it felt like we were more like grown up, you know, because we were kind of like on our own for a good amount of it.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
They let us off on our own for sure. Yeah, it was a good time.
And I'm glad we got to go on this junior year because we did not get to go. No one got to go on it senior year. Next, we got Toy Story 4 event. So we saw Toy Story 4. What do you think of Toy Story 4? Looking back,
should I expose Aiden? I remember going and seeing this movie, and he went with us, and I remember afterwards, like, he just could not stop talking about Bo Peep's ass. Do you remember that? That's the main thing I remember from that day, is that, like, we left the theater, and he was like, dude, like, Bo Peep, they made her, like, so caked up in that movie, right? What did you think of Toy Story 4?
I thought you were going to ask me, what do you think of Bo Peep's ass?
No.
I think Toy Story 4 is actually a really good movie. And a lot of people shit on it because of the ending. And also kind of its existence as a whole, because I think a lot of people are like, why did you make another Toy Story? It ended so perfectly with the third one. But what I really admire about Toy Story 4 is that it kind of teaches you about like a really important aspect of life, and that's that like sometimes people don't always stay together. People fall into different interests. They, you know, grow apart sometimes. Maybe not even that they grow apart, but they just like, they have divergent paths, you know?
I think that's a good message.
I think that's a good message that not a lot of animated movies teach you.
Yeah, I mean, so many people like the ending of Toy Story 3, obviously.
It's a really good
It's like ending, they all end up together again.
Yeah, but and it's like a new beginning.
And I definitely, when this movie came out, I was a hater. I was like, they should have just ended it with Toy Story 3, but upon further reflection, I do think it's a worthy...
I think so.
And they're going to make a Toy Story 5.
And they're going to make a Toy Story 5. That I'm a little bit like, what are you going to do with that? But
Buzz leaves now?
Buzz leaves now, yeah, sure. He has the same arc as Woody in this movie.
Woody's going to be getting some of that Bo Peep.
Oh my god, yeah. Oddly enough, I think one of the only other like animated movies that comes to mind that also had a similar message was Ralph Breaks the Internet. Because it also ended with both of them.
That's true.
But that movie is shit. I hate that movie. Anyway, next we have Spencer's Butte event. I think this was my first time hiking Spencer's Butte. I don't think I had ever hiked it before. And so like this was like a pretty fun time.
This is an interesting one to me because it's like outside.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not like a normal thing.
That's revolutionary, actually.
Well, I mean, we did like the snow one outside, but
like it
still featured McDonald's. Like
so it
like
felt
a built location.
And look, We got the iconic Titanic pose, but it's like 3 people. And then, okay, so I had to include this comment. So we have this picture, right, of you like pretending to hold the sun. And then Quentin commented, "What the hell? How is Donovan holding the sun?"
He's harnessing the power of the sun.
Holy shit, that's insane. Next we had Spider-Man Far From Home again. I think this was my second time seeing it. I like this movie a lot. It's probably not like peak Spider-Man, but it's like definitely, it's
very fun.
Good. It's very fun.
And it has a good twist.
Yes, even though I feel like a lot of people saw the twist coming. I, as someone who isn't like super big on like comic book lore, not that I don't like it, but it's just I don't know a lot about it. I wasn't like expecting it completely, but you kind of could see where it was going.
Was I doing a deep dab there? Go back.
You were doing a deep dab.
I was doing the deep dab.
Holy shit.
I still have that emote.
I didn't see.
We both said that, so like
with no like emotion. Like,
I still have that emote.
Like it's a bad thing or something.
I'm ashamed.
I'm ashamed. Next we have McDonavan. So this is a restaurant over by like our area. I feel like at this point I had not had this place a lot. This might have even been like one of my first times eating here.
This was one of my first times eating there too.
And now it's like I love this place. I still think it's really good.
Dean looks like such a virgin in that. Not that there's anything wrong with being a virgin.
There is something wrong with it. Next we have Red Robin. This was a place that we went to a lot. And I think this was the origin of ton of fries.
Yeah.
I think if I don't. Was. Yeah, so we came here with a group and Andrew was there. And the whole thing about them is like they'll give you like bottomless fries basically, like for the whole table. And so the waiter came up to our table and was like, "What can I get you guys over here?" And then we all ordered, and then Andrew was like, "Oh yeah, and a ton of fries."
Ton of fries.
And then that just became like a thing.
And this was late. This was like I'm pretty sure Red Robin's was like gonna close soon-ish.
Probably.
It was like probably like 10 or something.
Look, we did 3 pictures for this. Usually we only do 2, but for some reason we did 3. And then we go back. Oh my god.
Oh, we're back in McDonald's.
We go back to McDonavan. We hadn't done McDonavan in a while, if you notice, right? It had been like a solid couple months, and then we finally did it, and this was the reunion. And then you kissed the thing that was probably pretty dirty.
What can I say? Sometimes just the feeling of
you gotta commit to the art.
Yeah, it's the
right
bit.
too.
It's the bit.
You have to commit to the bit. Yeah, this was around the time that Frozen 2 was out.
This is probably around the time that like COVID was like
on the rise,
or like on the rise.
There was talk about it.
This is like when you posted this, they were experimenting on those bats, and
then they stopped. They stopped for a minute, and they were like, "Oh shit, new McDonavan post."
Oh, and that's what started COVID.
They're like, "We gotta end this now. This needs to end." Oh, okay.
Samantha.
Holy shit. Yeah, we have a cameo from one of our friends that worked there at the time, and we labeled it "kicked out." And then I think
really funny.
The second one is you about to throw a drink, and I like Cody's about to order a bottle of water. We must.
No. I remember this because it was like 999 bottles of water.
Oh wait, really?
Do you remember that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Wait, I think it says 25 there.
It does say 25. I remember he was like
even 25 is.
I remember he kept
like
pressing the button though, and like I think he went all the way up to 99.
That's evil. Imagine like accidentally clicking order after that.
They probably didn't even have 99 balls.
No, there's no way that they probably barely had 25. So next we got Targetavan. I don't know why the caption was Lego DC Supervillains. I don't know.
I bet it was because as we usually do when we have a friend group trip to Target, we book it straight to the gaming section, and we probably went to the gaming section and Lego DC Supervillains was on sale, and so we were like, "Would it be funny if we had Lego DC Supervillains as the caption?"
And then we probably got a good old hearty chuckle out of that.